late in the game, you finally get in there and you have this chance to pull off a point. How does it feel to know that you got it out performance like that tonight?
I think we're not happy with just the point, obviously, but I think to come back, and we talked a lot just about mentality, and that's kind of been the theme this week and everything. We've had a pattern of kind of win and then lose and then win. So I think kind of like nipping that at the bud this week and getting the point after being down 2-0 was a huge small victory that we'll take on hopefully for the next week. So we're proud of that for now, but definitely still a lot to like learn going into Utah.
And then this was the second of the 3 matches taking up all of your June. You have a chance still to come through it with a decent point total out of those 3 matches going into Utah. What are you able to bring momentum-wise into Utah at this point?
Yeah, I think it's just our mentality going into each game. I think we started even this game on the front foot, but we just got, countered on a couple of times, and we found a way to respond, and that just proves our point that our mentality this year is full of resilience and grit and digging things out, even when things might not necessarily go the way that we want, or we might not show up the way we want at first. We'll try to the end. And I think going into Utah, we're really confident and keep stepping forward and moving our momentum from San Diego to this game, and then hopefully putting a full performance together against Utah.
Thanks, Jeff. Grant, go ahead.
So Madison, a lot of the attack felt like it was running through you, especially in that second half when you guys had more of the ball. Felt like Chicago was obviously kind of going into their defensive shell. What's it like when you are trying to break through and trying to break through, and the defense is just kind of stuck in like that? Can you talk a little bit about what you guys had to do to finally break through that defense?
Yeah, I think in the second half, our ability to sort of keep the ball in their final third was a lot better. Whether that be through, I think G coming into the game really changed it a lot and helped connect the sides better. And, all I tried to do was run and hopefully get across or find someone else. And that's kind of what I did the second half. And thankfully, other people had my back and we all stuck together and formed a cohesive attack that led to quality chances and then 2 goals.
If I can just get one more. I'm curious, when Jordan Buggs scores that goal, is there some kind of fullback specific celebration? Is there like a beverage later that you're had? Is there like a defenders union that you all celebrate together when you get one in?
We put JB there because we know she's gonna score. Like in practice, she hits those every single time. So
we should have something.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Good food for thought. We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
In the back line.
Yeah, we will.
You almost had one too.
Yeah.
I was ready to celebrate that one as well.
Thank you both.
Thanks, Grant. Steve, go ahead.
Hi, Madison. Shae. Madison, first for you. Rain defense had about a 3-minute span, ready to forget. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about what you felt like happened there, where Chicago got in behind a couple times on counters, and what adjustments you made to kind of shore that up after.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember the second one. I know the first one came off my throw-in, so if I could just complete that next time, that would put the whole stop to it. And, taking accountability on the stuff that is on you, I think is really important. And moving forward, I think, recognizing threats before the game and really honing in on that, I think we could have helped Phoebe in the 1v1 situation a little bit better, knowing that the counter was probably coming. And I think that's what we can, our mentality piece for the next few games.
Yes, and for Shae, you obviously came in probably a lot earlier than you would have been expecting, if at all. Or you could talk a little bit about kind of just having to go in cold and coming in with that deficit that you're having to fight back.
Yeah, I feel like I felt prepared going in. I feel like we do a really good job at kind of like having an idea about what spots kind of like people could be put in or whatnot. So I feel like I haven't only been getting a few reps at like wing back. I've been getting a few reps at loose spot, and that's like outside 3-back zone. So I didn't feel uncomfortable. I've also played center back like a little bit in the past 2 years, and I've kind of been moved around at the outside center back area. So it wasn't uncomfortable to me. And yeah, I just know that obviously anytime you're a sub, you always have to be ready for anything at any moment. So kind of making sure I knew all the plays going into it in the chaos. But yeah, so I just had, and I knew it's nice because like I've gotten reps with everybody in the back line at any point. So I know they have my back if something were to happen or like I forgot something or whatever it is. And yeah, they obviously I lean on them a lot coming in when it's like chaos and you're getting your first touches of the game. So I feel a comfort going in with who I went in with, and yeah, I just hope Lou everything is okay. And yeah, I was prepared for it though. So and I know she's always had trust in me as well, so that's also helps.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Nico?
Hey, yeah. One more game left until a big break in the season. How would you describe this comeback as a statement for the team, as a message to all the other teammates that this team can come back from adversity and to hopefully get some more results once the team regroups in August?
I think one word that comes to my mind, and Mads already said it, but it was like resilient. I think like we go back to, I just think we've had we knew this month was going to be hard. We've like prepped for this month basically, knowing we'd be on the road every week just because of what's going on back at home. And I think resilient is kind of the word I'm going to use today, just because it was about like connecting quality passes and everything like that, but it was like, how can we do that and know in our minds that like we have the depth and we have the players that are going to come on and still get the job done. And I think even being on the team last year too, I just think it's night and day from how we've become, not only from last year but then the start of this year, and we've come back and we've scored goals that are like once we're down, or we've kept leads, and that just wasn't kind of like something that we were big on last year. And I think resilient is for sure a word I'm going to use after this game and going into the rest of this away trip month.
Thank you.